All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Jon Breland here from Holistic Ascension with your Monday morning motivation. So I've been thinking about, a few things and some things that I want to share with everybody. And one of the things that I want to share is setting the tone. So I want to talk about that today, setting the tone. When we set the tone, it is a opportunity for us to set our standards and set our expectation for something. And so I want us to focus on setting the tone for the week. And that starts earlier in the week. You can't wait until Wednesday, can't wait till Thursday, Friday to set the tone. How you start the week on Monday and actually how you start the week on Sunday is really going to determine, your trajectory, for the rest of the week. So if you set the tone and you have a mindset that today is going to be sluggish, today is going to be crappy, I didn't get enough sleep, I didn't get enough to eat, my partner is, XYZ, the long list of things, then your mindset, your mind and your body is going to look for that opportunity or is going to look for that and also use it as an excuse. So when you get to work and your boss gets on your nerves, you're going to be more prone to, falling into that and, allowing that spirit, to take over you. But I want to remind everybody, just like I have to remind myself, that we have the power to set the tone. We have the power to demand how we want our week to go and how we want our day to go. And so we do that by really just focusing on what we want, by establishing it, by claiming it, and also by walking in it. I can give, a clear example that last night I only got 3 hours of sleep. Now that could be a big difference maker in how my week or how my day is going to go. I can say that I'm going to drag along this day. This day is going to suck. I'm not going to get any work done and all these different type of things. Or I can rise to the occasion. I can say that despite whatever I might have experienced last night, despite whatever I might be going through this morning, I'm going to decide how I show up today. And that is how I'm approaching today. That's how I'm approaching the rest of the week. It doesn't matter, what shows up or what doesn't show up. I will decide how I show up. I will determine how I respond to certain things. Now, going into that a little bit deeper in terms of, my personal experience last night, I could have easily skipped the gym this morning and said, oh man, I'm only going to get 3 hours of sleep. But I decided last night to set the tone for the week, because if I miss today's workout, that's going to snowball for the rest of the week. And I can't have that. So I determined that no matter what, if my body is aching, no matter if my brain is off or my mind is off, I have committed to myself that I'm going to still go to the gym no matter what. And so that is me setting the tone. Now think about that in terms of how that goes even deeper. Once you accomplish something like that and you are able to rise above that feeling of wanting to give up or wanting to find the easy way out, the rest of the week is cake, because you've already established in the beginning of the week that when tough times come, I'm going to rise up. I'm going to respond. So when Wednesday comes and your boss wants you to run a report and maybe you didn't run it, or maybe you're behind in it, or you got a presentation on Thursday and you didn't really prepare for it, because you've started the week with a certain kind of intention, with a certain kind of focus that I'm going to rise up and be ready for anything, then you're able to respond and just say, let's rock with it. I'm prepared for this because I made the right preparation earlier in the week. And so it's really what I wanted us to focus on is setting the tone. It's also connected with creating a plan, having a plan of attack. If we go into situations, if we go into experiences without a plan and we're just freestyling it, that is a experience, or that is an example, or an interaction where your anxiety is going to go up. Your worry is going to go up because you're not prepared. But when you are prepared, when you've worked hard at something, when you've made preparations for something, when you've decided how you're going to respond to something or to a certain situation, then you show up with confidence. You show up, with this ability to to get it done because you have certain things in place, and that sets the tone. Not only does it set the tone for that day, it sets the tone for that week, but also sets the tone for your life, because now this is how you respond to things that come your way. So I want us to just keep that in mind. And I want you to ask yourself, how are you setting the tone for yourself today? I want you to think about that. How are you setting the tone for yourself today? Which obviously means, how are you setting the tone for the rest of the week? And it also means, how are you setting the tone for the rest of your life? We don't make changes in our lives by just poof, it just happens. Now our life is changed and we become that person, that we see in our mind. No, it takes consistency. It takes a plan. It takes setting the tone and showing up every single day in that way, and doing that once again on a consistent basis. Then over time, you do show up as that person. You do become that person. But it starts with a plan, and it starts with setting the tone. So I want to ask you, how are you doing that? How are you setting the tone for your life today? A lot of people do a lot of different things to be able to set the tone for the day, or to be able to set the tone for the week. Some people get up and pray. Some people get up and meditate. Some people get up and clean. Some people get up and go to the gym. Some people have a nice, healthy breakfast. Setting the tone has a lot to do with doing something that's going to help ground you, that's going to help you to feel at ease, to help you feel good about where you're at right now, to feel at peace. So what is that for you in a healthy way? Doesn't mean, wake up and take a couple shots. Doesn't mean that. It always has to be something that is going to pour into you in a positive way. So I want you to ask yourself, what are you doing today to set the tone for yourself today and for the rest of the week? And if you haven't thought about that already, today is a good day. Right now is the perfect time to decide, I'm going to set the tone. I'm going to look at how I want my day to go. I'm going to establish that. I'm going to look at how I want the week to go. And I'm going to walk in that. And then walk it out. Every day, stepping into it. Being prepared for anything that comes your way. That when whatever the things that we've got going on in our lives, they kind of come to throw us off and get us all out of focus, we have a response to that because we've set the tone. And I want to continue to go forward with that. And I want to ask everybody, how much better would you be if you push past your comfort zone? I know we got a lot going on. I know that, life is stressful. Finances are a stressor. Bills are a stressor. Family is a stressor. Whatever is going on in the world right now, that can be a stressor. Our car, might be down for a second. But how much better would we be if we took those situations that meant us for bad and turned them into good? Turn them into an opportunity to rise to the occasion. What would that do for your confidence? What would that do for your mental toughness? What would that do for whatever goals that you're trying to accomplish in life? Even looking at yourself, thinking, okay, this one thing came my way and it tried to throw me off. Boom, but I rebounded. Tuesday came and another thing came my way. Boom, dodged that. Wednesday came, I got hit with a bill, dodged that too. I was able to respond in a way that I didn't get too high and I didn't get too low. That my emotions were always in control. What do you think that's going to do for you in the long run? For you personally? Not only that, how is that going to affect the people around you when they look at you and they say, man, every time something comes to throw her off, she's always responding in a positive way. Every time something comes to distract him or get him out of his zone, he responds in a positive way. Man, that's one tough guy. I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that young lady. And now we really start to show how powerful we are mentally and physically and spiritually as well. All these things are connected. They really are. So set the tone for the week. Show up as your best self, as your most authentic self. Knowing that, troubles are going to come, issues are going to come, but you get to decide, we get to decide how we're going to respond to that. It's Monday morning. We ain't got no problems right now. Everything is cool right now for the most part, So now just stay prepared. Stay in this mindset that if something does come, if I lack a little faith, if I feel a little anxious, if I'm nervous about this presentation, if my boss calls me into their office, if any of those things come up, we can start to prepare ourselves right now how we're going to respond to that. So when you set the tone, you're also already preparing yourself that when something does come up, this is how I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond as a boss. Me personally, that's me. I'm setting the tone that when this week shows up, I'm going to respond as a boss. I'm going to be in control of my emotions. I'm going to be in control of my tongue. I'm going to be in control of my actions. And I'm going to stick to my plan. Whatever it is that I got going on, I'm sticking with it. Come hell or high water. No matter what comes my way to distract me, no matter what comes, my way to knock me off my pivot, it's not going to happen because I'm setting the tone. Now, how did I set the tone today? I set the tone by, despite having only 3 hours of sleep, I still got up early this morning like I said I would. Despite only getting 3 hours of sleep, I still went to the gym. Despite having a few aches and pains, in my body, I still did the workout that I intended to do. So now it's just like, what can stop me? Like, for real, what can really stop me at this point? I'm already starting the week off on fire, and I'm looking for another opportunity to show my ability to rise up to the occasion and to defeat it. And that builds a high level of confidence even within myself, that no matter what, I'm gonna rise to the occasion because I've already done it. So why not do it again? If I started the day off this way, by the time 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock comes and there's something that's trying to knock me off my pivot, man, I'm undefeated on this Monday. And that's a great way to think about it. We're undefeated right now. Don't you want to stay that way? Don't you want to stay undefeated? Don't you want to keep drinking your water? Don't you want to keep eating healthy? Don't you want to keep praying? Don't you want to keep believing in God and yourself? Well, here's your opportunity right here. It's Monday morning, baby. Let's get after it. Let's get to it. Let's stick with it. And let's stay on it. You got it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I know that you're tired. I know that you're drained. I know that there's a lot going on. But it's a new season, baby. It's time to get after it and get it and rise to the occasion and be your best version of yourself. Starting today. Starting right now. So, thank you for tuning in. This is Jon Breland from Holistic Ascension with your Monday morning motivation. Hey, set the tone. Have a great day. Have a great week. Hey, have a great life.